Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your December the 29th, 2025. Well, after a stretch of some very warm days, all good things must come to an end as Old Man Winter is making his presence felt. That's for sure today as temperatures have been falling, a bit breezy outside. The wind's got a little bit of a cut to it. And we're setting up for a very cold night here across North Georgia. It looks like it's going to be sticking around for a couple days. We'll give you a look ahead and see how the rest of the week is looking as we welcome 2026. And we also got a chance of rain in the forecast coming back as well. Now, before we get into this full report, if you live anywhere here across North Georgia and this is your first time coming upon our channel here on YouTube, please help us out if you can. We're trying to grow this channel organically, so please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there in Dahlonega for this afternoon. A lot of sunshine, a few high clouds out there, but like we said, a bit nippy out there as we've got that air that's been kind of blowing here, gusty at times, up to 30 miles per hour. I know in our neighborhood, some of the trash cans have been blown out in the streets because of those windy conditions. Lake Lanier, you definitely can see how the winds are blowing across the lake there. It is very choppy out on that lake here this afternoon. Very, very windy indeed. And those winds will continue tonight, and that's going to add a little bit of a real bite to that air, especially going in for tomorrow morning. Now, on top of what's going on, we got very limited rain this morning, folks. Very, very limited indeed. And the drought index got updated today because it didn't get released out on Christmas Day, obviously. But we're still seeing things getting progressively worse here across North Georgia. We're definitely seeing things getting bad, mostly here going into that D1 area now, getting into moderate drought. In South Georgia, it's even worse conditions. And right now, we're not going to see a whole lot of rain coming at us. We've got a little bit of difference of opinion on what we're going to get as far as rain for this upcoming weekend. And right now, radar is all clear. So we got a few days of dry weather here across our area. Satellite picture showing us that we're going to see some sunshine building back in here, some clouds down here across the south, but otherwise looking pretty good now that that front has moved on through our area. And looking at our regional radar and our regional temperatures, temperatures have been falling here for today into the 30s and 40s for this afternoon. And once that sun sets, it's really going to get very nippy here down for tonight. Now, one thing we're not going to worry about is any kind of rainfall anytime soon as we take a look at the latest regional model data here as things have cleared on out of here, definitely settling in for some cold weather. Got a lot of isobars in there, so it tells you how windy it's going to be when you get that many of them kind of stacked up on each other. But they should begin to let up for tomorrow. I think we'll have less wind and we'll see things begin to improve across our area. Now, as we go look at our forecast maps here, so we take a look at this, again, watch that little timestamp there on top. So I kind of take you through the days of the week here from the National Weather Service here. Looking pretty good. We still got a little bit of a wind here. Still got a few isobars here, so we're still have a bit of a wind here going into tomorrow morning. But those will begin to let up as we go into your Wednesday especially. So Wednesday's not looking too bad. That's officially the last day of 2025. And if you are going out that night, you're probably going to need a jacket. Temperatures will probably be falling back into the 30s as we get closer to midnight. And then as we go into New Year's Day, looks like we're in store for a pretty good day, although still a bit on the cool side. Now, on Friday, we got a weak system coming in from the west that's going to bring in some rain. There's a bit of a difference in opinion. European's pretty light, maybe a half inch at best with this thing, half to 3/4 inch. And the GFS was being a little more aggressive with it. But right now, I got to favor the European with a low rain total here on this. And this moves on through going into Saturday morning. Should clear out by the afternoon. Sunday's looking pretty good. And Monday's also looking pretty good going into the new work week. Everybody gets back to their regular schedule starting next week. Now that the holidays will be in our rearview mirror by that time. So our forecast, it's going to be a sunny, it'll be a cold day. Of course, Gainesville here showing 27. It's because they're right near the lake. Other areas will be colder than that. High of about 44. And again, look at all these temperatures. We got a lot of teens out there and low to mid 20s for everybody else. Blairsville, 18, but you guys know the drill. If it comes up 14, 15, it wouldn't shock me because you guys are down that bowl. But everybody here generally looking at some very cold temperatures. And then daytime highs tomorrow struggling. Mountain locations will stay in the 30s. Everybody else generally going to go into the low 40s for afternoon highs, although they're off to the east because of that northwesterly wind. Get a little bit of a downslope going there, a little bit milder upper 40s over toward Hartwell and Elberton. Regionally looking like this, the entire southeast pretty nippy. 39 in Memphis, looking at 44 in Jackson, 47 in Columbus, and 48 in Columbia. Hard to believe that these numbers from last week were actually in the 70s. Big time change here now across the area. So the forecast looking like this, we are going to warm things up. A lot of sunshine as we welcome in 2026. Bringing that rain chance coming in Friday afternoon and going into Friday night. Friday night looks like the best chance for rain there in the 50s. And then we're getting up back in the upper 50s, a little bit above normal going into early next week. But I think that's temporary as it looks like another cold shot will be coming down as we go into the following week, the week of the 5th. So again, a little topsy-turvy weather going on out there, and we are entering into a weather pattern that's going to be a little more conducive, a little wetter pattern as we go into January, a little more active southern stream, and if we can get that to link up with any of those cold shots, maybe get a chance for some winter precipitation. Just realize, folks, if you come across a social media posting of any kind of winter posting and it's beyond a 7-day window, if 10 days, 14 days, 3 weeks out, it's not going to happen. It's just a lot of clickbait stuff out there. So again, we don't play that game. Our rule here is it's got to show up within 7 days, and even then we're kind of just going, okay, fun to look at, but not really taking it too seriously. Not until it gets in that 3 to 5 day window do we really worry about any kind of snows, especially here in the South. All right, that's y'all's update. I appreciate you guys checking us out. If you're here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be an honor and privilege to be one of your sources. All right, you guys take it easy. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.